with?
Who am I hanging out with? Well, who am I? I'm hanging out with y'all. What do you mean?
Who are you hanging out with?
Right.
Sometimes you may be wondering, like, why your energy is a little bit off, why you can't get out of that stuck place, why you can't let go of those negative thoughts, why you feel like you continuously going in a cycle.
Can't get over the past.
Right. Stuck in the same season. The same things keep showing up. They just different people.
Complacent, stagnant,
comfortable.
In the mud. It's stuck.
So today's topic, we want to address who you hanging out with, how the people that you are around, the people that you talk to are very important, right?
Very.
So I can remember times where I would go to people, of course, instead of going to God first, now I know, let me pray about this real quick.
Right.
And if I still need some type of human connection, God will tell me who to call, right? Yeah. But I remember where there were times when I would call certain people and they would just add, like if I'm calling to complain about something, then they would keep me in that place because they wouldn't offer anything different. They would keep me focusing on the problem and not like a solution.
Yes.
You know, so you call somebody hoping that you'll feel better.
You just call your mom, right?
And then you end up what? Feeling worse. You like, dang, let's pick up the phone. Or sometimes it may be a normal thing where you don't even realize that, like, you feel relieved, but you're not relieved. Right? What has been your experience with that?
Yeah, so I think for me, it's been thinking, the person I thought is my person, right? I call them. I end up that phone call more frustrated than I did when going into the phone call. Because I'd be like, wait, what? Like that didn't help me, so it's really about getting an accountability partner, right? It's that one person that you can call. They're not going to judge you. But not only that, you set the stage, set your boundary. Hey, do you have a second to talk? Can I vent to you real quick? Or, hey, I might need a little bit of advice, or can you just listen? But asking them what you need from them. So then whether I'll say, okay, I'm going to tell my story, or I'm going to be like, okay, you know what? You don't have any time right now. That's okay. I'll just call you a little bit later. Because you want to be able to get to a place where you're not just rambling off at the mouth and you're not still in that stuck place. But it's somebody that's going to hold you accountable and kind of just lead you back like, hey, did you pray about it? Did you talk to God? Or like
listen to it?
Right. So that's been my experience.
How about you, Charday?
Mine, honestly, I'm very thankful for y'all, first of all, and a few of the ladies that I'm able to just call, vent, but then also ground me back to God, point me back to God, pray with me, pray over me. Yeah. But also, I do have my moments when I do call my friends, call my sisters, and it's like sometimes, like you said, you end up more frustrated than you was when you call because of anxiety or because they're not in the same mindset as me. Like they don't have the same mindset. Sometimes their phone call goes good, sometimes it goes south. Right. And it's just like, I did not call for that, or I did not mean that. I wanted you to. It's like, you want something else from them, but you don't get it from them. But you can't control, so therefore I can't judge. But I also have to be mindful that they're just not there yet. So therefore, I will reach out to someone like y'all, like someone that I know is going to uplift me, that's not going to wallow with me, that's going to, just be that light for me while I'm in that darkness. Protect your energy, protect your peace.
Absolutely.
Like you said, have boundaries, present a tone, present a stage to them, like, this is what I want from you. And if you're not able to get at that time, respect, like no hard feelings, but protect your energy.
Yeah.
I think you said something that was very important. Sometimes I've been guilty of this. I have the mindset of thinking that people should know what I need and what I want. Right? Or expecting people to be me, right? Responding the way I would respond. Right. And I had to remember, well, wait a minute, Marcy, wait a second. You expecting them to know what you need, but half the time you don't even know what you need, right?
Exactly.
So being clear on like what you need, right? Now, we have to learn how to put people in the right places,
Yes.
right? So there's people that you will call and talk to about marital stuff, like if you're married, or people you talk to, like if you're single friends, or if you're your mom friends.
Yes.
And like if you're in business, people that are in business, like people who may be on the same, like maybe on a debt-free journey, people who are on that journey. So people who can relate what you're currently walking through.
Right.
Because another thing is, I've been excited about certain things, like, oh my God, I got this idea, I want to do this. And then I'll go and talk to someone about it. And it was like, wow, after that conversation, I'm not excited about it.
Yes.
I didn't allow them to put their limiting belief on me.
Yes.
And it's nothing against them, because when God gives you something, he gives it to you.
Right, exactly.
So maybe he didn't give it to them.
Right.
Right. So always knowing who can I talk to about what. And you also got to be careful, because especially with those business ideas, because people will straight up steal them.
Yes.
If it takes too long to move on them, they'll be like, oh, they'll tell you it's a bad idea. And then you turn around and
Swiper.
They did it.
wait, that was a bad idea, right? And I think, Chauntress, you said something very important too, is that whenever you are feeling some type of way about something, you feel like you need someone to talk to, that when you call that person, it's very important for us to be mindful of other people, right? Because sometimes people are already at full capacity, and then we're just dumping on them. So of course they can't give us what we need because they're already full. And we never ask them, are you good? Like, are you free? Because my thing is like, are you free? Do you have the capacity?
Right. No, big thing. I've had that issue where someone has tried to dump that on me before, and I was like, I'm not even in the mindset to even hear it, give it, or even think about it. So please, like, I'm sorry, I can't talk right now.
And back to what you said, like understanding what you need. So take a minute, pause before you even go call that person. It's like, what do I need in this moment? You know what I mean? And because our emotions get the best of us sometimes, we're human, right? But really just sitting with it real quick and just being like, okay, do I really need to call them, or can I kind of just process through this on my own? And then maybe talking to them after I done moved through whatever feelings that I was feeling. Because sometimes we say things out of whatever those emotions are that we may not mean or mean not to say, or, you know what I mean? So it's really just, being okay with just sitting in it for a second, hitting pause, and realizing what you need.
That's a good thing. That's a good one, because so when I have any issues, like in regards to like my personal, like intimate, like home, marriage, half the time when I'm telling someone my issues are an issue, I've already healed and passed that.
Yeah.
Just so that I won't get any type of, because you never, like you said, you never know what people are going to say to you in that moment. So therefore, it's already had happened. So I'm already over it. So if I'm telling you, I'm just telling you what happened. I'm just telling you something that had passed, basically. I'm really big on that. I'm huge on that. Like, just, going to God, dealing with it in home, and then maybe talking about it.
That's really good, because I remember when the verdict came regarding my brother's murder trial, and I was like, I'm not going to say anything to anyone, because I needed time to process with God before I allow the world to try to get me to process. And it's nothing against people,
right?
But I was just like, I know that people are very opinionated, right? People are very judgmental. So I needed time to allow God to help me process. And then I will be ready, because I will be protected, I will be covered, and I will be shielded. Right? And I will have the truth. Because it doesn't matter what men say, it matters what God says. Right? And I'll be able, because I think it was like a week or so for some people that I didn't even, because like people were like, oh, how was, and I was like really quiet, and I didn't want to say anything because I needed time to and it's okay to take like your time to process. I mean, and there are different ways that you can process: prayer, journaling, worship. Worship is really big, and being able to process how you feeling, and then get you I would say no more than 3 trusted people that you can call on. Like when you're in a tough spot, when you are frustrated, whenever you get you somebody that you can share these bright ideas with, right? People that's going to help you focus on the solution, not the problem.
Exactly. That's my biggest thing. Like, if you're gonna call me, let's figure out a solution. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, we're not gonna wallow. We're not gonna sit up here and make things worse.
Right.
I'm not going to sit up here and bash that person, even more, or I'm not going to make you feel I'm not going to hype you up either, If anything, I'm going to hear you out. Okay, so what can we do to move forward? What can we do to be better? Like you said, we're supposed to be, how you say, stop dragging people. Like, if anything, we're dragging people out. Like, help lift somebody up.
Yes.
Like, we're not dragging them, we're pulling up this time.
And I also love how you said that you took the time after the trial to just process, right? That's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay to say no. As they say, no is a complete sentence.
It sure is,
right? And you don't have to explain why you're saying no. It's just, no, I need some time. That's it. Point blank, period, in the story. And take the time that you need. Because like you said, people are opinionated and they'd be like, oh, girl, why you ain't do this? Or how come you ain't say that? Be like, wait, whoa, were you there? Were you related? So yes, definitely just taking that time and being okay with that time and not feeling guilty or having to explain why you're taking that time. Yeah.
And another thing that I did have to learn to do is, especially when new people started to come into my life, is asking God, like, what's the purpose? What's the reason for this? Where should I place this person? Because we tend to turn seasons into lifetimes and turn lifetimes into seasons.
Hello? Hello.
Okay? And someone just come into our lives for a season, and then they stay 10 years.
They overstay their welcome.
10 years.
Ooh, that's going to be the next episode, y'all. Next episode on that.
Learning how and when to let go.
Yes. Another episode right there.
But that's true. Like, literally, like,
yes.
Ask God, like, what are they here for? Like you said, they're here for a season, or they're just here for a lifetime.
Right, using that discernment.
Like, always asking God for discernment. That's how I feel. I'm very weary. You saw how I was, like, and we're family, Marcia. So you saw how I was. I was running from you. Right. It was just like, no. God was like, no, she's good. I know she's good, but me just being, because at the moment I was very. You saw what I was going through. I was going through stuff with my daughter. Yeah. I was still, I'm still healing from my marriage, but I'm still going through stuff like that. And it's just like, it was hard for me to trust someone, but it's like, this is what I pray for. I ask God to literally connect me with women of God, women that will be uplifting in prayer. Like, people are in the same mindset as I am, or the same mindset I want to be at, or where I wanted to be, and I say it all the time, like, God really answered my prayers. Like, he really did. Cause this is what I wanted. I didn't want no gossip. That's normal. Honestly, years ago, I wanted to do a podcast, and it was for gossip. Fast forward, look at God. Oh, wow. No lies made up. My ex-best friend, that's what we wanted to do, but it was for gossip. Look at God.
Look at God.
I can't make it up. This is who you hang with.
Yeah.
Literally, your company is what you keep. Literally, years ago, gossip. Fast forward, God. Glory.
Yes.
Wow, that it is all about the company you keep, right?
It is.
It is, and you can't think because you know someone. First of all, not even if you know someone.
You're about to get deep into it because she's gonna change their position and everything.
It's your family.
Yeah.
Yes.
That part.
Right?
Yes.
Just because they blood don't mean nothing, right? Because they can cause you more harm than anyone.
Yes.
So be mindful of the company that you're keeping, and set your healthy boundaries. We're never gonna stop saying it's okay to say no,
right?
Because it is, and no is a complete sentence.
Period.
No, period. So be mindful of who you're hanging with, who you're listening to, and who you are opening yourself up to.
Yes.
That's facts.
Everything that glitter ain't gold.
What?
It really is. The grass isn't always green on the other side.
Hello?
It's true. Don't be feeling left out.
Right.
So we are Freedom Talks. I'm Marcia.
I'm Chauntress.
I'm Charday.
We'll see you next time.